All right, welcome back to the Crypto ZX channel, to the Solana family. Appreciate each and every one of you guys for sticking around and showing insane amount of love. What an extensive last 3 days it has been. A massive, massive bloodbath across the board. But that was very much needed, and I'm sure my day-to-day supporters really understand. This is something we already had some discussions around, and it did end up happening. But if we're looking at the overall markets today, as we're approaching and going into Wednesday morning, you're seeing market picking up. And on tomorrow is a huge day. If FOMC meeting is tomorrow, and people are wondering what's going to happen to the interest rates. Are they going to keep the interest rates the same, or are they going to drop the interest rates? And I think this meeting coming up as well is a huge catalyst behind this move that we did see over the past 24 hours, a massive bloodbath. Because of course, if the interest rates still remain the same, if you're looking at it from cryptocurrency point of view, riskier assets, when interest rates stay where they are, it's not looked as the best alternative. Of course, if interest rates drop, riskier assets are more attractive, investment for a lot of, investors. So that's how, the market is kind of reacting to that. And of course, the grayscale, fund, there was like I believe an outflow of about 850 million or billion. I'm not sure exactly what that number was. Do let me know down below. I think 850 million. Billion just doesn't make any sense. But of course, I think that is due to that anticipation as well. But let's talk about what's happening with our good old friend Sol. Before I do that, though, as always, just a quick disclaimer: anything on this channel is not financial advice. Always do your own due diligence and research when you are investing in cryptocurrency. So looking at the price of Solana today, it's currently sitting at $172.90, down 7% over the past 24 hours in USD comparative. It's also down 4.3% in Bitcoin comparative over the past 24 hours. But now if we're looking at its market cap, it's currently sitting at 76.7 billion. Yes, after a significant pullback, still sitting at an extensive market cap, and the 24-hour trading volume is currently sitting at $10.8 billion. So not bad at all. I know a lot of people are probably wondering, and I saw those comments flooding in, guys. Like I said in one of my other updates, I just decided to take another day off. I'm still trying to get back into the rhythm. Let's face it, I've been giving you guys updates day in, day out, and there comes a time you just want to take a little bit of a break. But I'm trying to get back into the rhythm. But you are seeing Solana reacting to the Bitcoin move. The people that are not understanding that, this is why we talk about Bitcoin on a day-to-day basis. This is why I take a look at Bitcoin charts on a day-to-day basis. Some people don't like it. Some people don't like that, but I'm going to continue doing that. If you don't like it, you could skip it, or you honestly don't even have to watch it, but we're going to continue to look at Bitcoin because, again, this is the king of the market. Everything is correlated with the price of BTC. But let's start off with some of the news, what's going on, and then we will look at the chart. So, starting off with Willy Woo, he's one of a great respected crypto enthusiast, and he shared something really good, and I wanted to kind of share that with you guys. So it says, this is the Bitcoin long time frame risk signal I've been working on. Scale in when risk is low, scale out when risk is high. It's saying enjoy the dip while the consolidation lasts. This is not the top, it's simply all-time high consolidation, and I could not agree any more. When you're in a bull market, nothing's going to go up straight forever. I know the newcomers coming into the space. Trust me, I was one of you guys, at one time. I was quite young at that time. And trust me, when you see that first bull market, it's just like insane. You're just like, what is going on? And then you just cannot take, pullbacks. But obviously, eventually you catch on, you kind of learn, you teach yourself, and it's a huge learning process. It's not going to happen overnight. You're going to be learning pretty much every single day. I've been in the space for 8 years, and I'm learning to this day. So that's what I want to take a look at. This is a healthy correction. It was very much needed. And on top of that, FOMC meeting coming up tomorrow, I think that was a huge catalyst as well on top of that. So also on top of that, as far as Solana news goes, shout out to Solana Flora as always. Go check them out. Follow them on Twitter. Greatest news they bring for Solana. So you can see it says YouTuber KSI listed Solana MBS profile picture for sale at 430 Sol, describing it as an end of era. So I'm sure if you watch YouTube or honestly, if you have anything to do with social media, you would have heard of this guy named KSI. So of course, he had this crypto account and some really, really bad calls, hasn't done his due diligence, and, just not a good record for him. I'm sure everyone knows at this point. And he had this profile, set up for himself, which is of course an NFT, and he listed it. But what's funny is 430 Solana. Like, come on, my dude. Like 430 Solana. This profile, picture is not worth more than 30. The floor for this project is 30. So of course, he's probably thinking, my name is tied to it. People are going to come and buy it, but I don't personally think anyone is. If anyone is going to, you must be crazy, to be honest. So that is that. Of course, I wanted to kind of get that, also shared with you. And on top of that, you can see this for yourself. Top Ripple NFT collection. Xpunk NFTs officially announces its migration to Solana blockchain. Is this a surprise? Man, DGOTS is one of the biggest, fumble, in my opinion, in the history of NFTs. I think what DGOTS could have become at this point if they never migrated from Solana to Ethereum, it would have been something massive. And I think they just completely ruined their chance. And even if they migrated it back, which I heard some talks are revolving around, people would have their option to do that. But do you really think, there's going to be that same level of interest as there was, before? Of course, as far as art goes, art is beautiful. I've always loved the art, but as far as the investment side of things go, I would never touch it. But again, that's my own personal opinion. You guys do what works for you. And on top of that, you can see this for yourself. Users on Solana paid over 16,000 Solana in fees within 24 hours, a new all-time high. So again, not a surprise. We've seen a huge spike in this meme coin pre-sale mania. And speaking about a pre-sale mania, guys, a lot of newcomers are going to be chasing the next, book of meme. And in my personal opinion, I don't think there's another book of meme. I just don't think so. Always the first one is going to be the one that a lot of people are, appreciate and pay attention to. But what you can see is zxcrypto has showed that there's about 27 pre-sales, and in total they have raised $122.5 million, and most of them are scams. So really important for you to not pay, dive into this. And one of the Solana co-founders has also advised against sending money to pre-sale. So that is that. But now let's take a look at what's happening with Bitcoin. So if we're looking at Bitcoin, not much has changed. Dominance still sitting at around 53.7%, which is quite a shock, especially after seeing the significant pullback for BTC. But if you're looking at Bitcoin right now, had a significant drop, to be honest. If you want to put this into perspective, we're looking at a move of about 17.5% after its all-time high, which is totally normal. I've seen worse drops, and honestly, we could see, even though the price of Bitcoin is bouncing towards the upside right now, retesting its all-time high back in April of 2021. Despite that fact, we could still see a retest back below, at the 60,000 support line. So depending on how the interest rate announcement goes, do pay very close attention to BTC. But I think we are going to see the market bouncing sooner rather than later, once again, leading up to the halving. So that is that. But now let's take a look at Sol. So of course, this right here is the daily time frame. You can barely see anything, so we're going to just switch into the hourly time frame right away. So if you're looking at Solana's price, anyone that's going to come out and tell me, why is Solana dumping this and that? Come on, guys. Are you serious at this point? Do I really need to repeat that? Everything is correlated with the price of Bitcoin. But, if you're looking at Solana, Solana was trading at $209 just 2 days ago. Let that sink in. $209. And then after that, we did see a pullback of 22.55%. Again, normal. After significant pullback, significant pullback from BTC, you're going to see that happen with other coins, and Solana is no exception. But look at how the 0.50 Fibonacci support line, was coming as a support for us. Really impressed by that. And believe it or not, Solana is still in an upward trend. Believe it or not, Solana is still in an upwards trajectory. Look at this chart. This is one of the best looking charts in my opinion. And look at that, we're back above, the key support line, which of course is at $167. And now what you're seeing is we are being, there's a rejection coming in at this resistance. So we basically need to clear, let me see, $177, and then I think we're off to the races back up to the $189 to $190, and then back where we left off. So that's how I'm currently taking a look at. But in the moment, we do want to pay very close attention to Bitcoin, see what happens, and tomorrow meeting is very, very important. If the interest rates drop, I think Bitcoin will bounce. I think Bitcoin is going to bounce, but if the interest rates remain the same, I think we might see a minor pullback once again, and then I think over the weekend we will see the market picking up. But we'll obviously take it one step at a time. Time is really important. It tells us everything. But with that being said, I will see you tomorrow with Sprint Crypto ZX, and peace out.